Good morning. I'm Christy Rainey, and I had the opportunity to attend Student Mission Week, and first and foremost, I would love to thank each and every one of you for that opportunity. Attending Student Mission Week was such a meaningful and humbling experience for me. I had the privilege of serving on the safety team as well as helping in the kitchen, and through both roles, I was able to witness so many incredible moments. We often find ourselves asking God for blessings, but this week reminded me that sometimes the greatest blessing is being the answer to someone else's prayer. As part of the safety team, my role was to visit the work sites, deliver Gatorade, waters, and popsicles, and their favorite is frozen grapes. Something as simple as that brought so much joy. Seeing the students' faces light up when I pulled up was one of the sweetest parts of my week. As you can tell, this is a very special time for me with this experience. While at the work sites, I witnessed constant encouragement from these students that lifted each other up, saying things like, "We're almost done. Keep going. We've got this." It was very powerful to see. The work leaders were right there beside them, working just as hard, leading by example. What amazed me the most was how these students would walk up to a job, know exactly what to do, and do it with such joy. Not once did I hear a complaint. I always saw beautiful fellowship take place. Friendships were formed and strengthened, and it was clear how much these students genuinely enjoyed being together. They look forward to this week each year and continue to stay connected throughout the year. Another powerful part of the week was watching the students step up in leadership. They led devotionals in the mornings and even shared it at their work sites with the families that were serving. Watching their faith in action was truly inspiring. In addition to the safety team duties, I also had the opportunity to help in the kitchen alongside Shannon, who did an amazing job preparing the meals for everyone. I did my best to stay one step ahead and help her wherever I could. One thing that really stood out to me was how many students came through the line that made eye contact and sincerely said, "Thank you." It wasn't rushed or forced. It was genuine, and it meant a lot. A very special moment that happened to me during the junior high prayer walk that I will never forget. I had written a very specific prayer, something that I'd been praying for many years. I've struggled with sharing this because I felt like I needed to keep it personal, but I feel that God wants me to share this. There's someone out there that needs to hear this. Been praying this for many years. As I left that station, a woman named Pastor Betsy, someone I had only even spoken briefly in passing, she reached out and grabbed my arm. She was in complete awe and said, "I'm supposed to tell you something." After a moment that she could compose herself, because it was so strong, she said, "God is clearly speaking to me that He is going to answer your prayer." Hearing those words, especially from someone who didn't know me or what I had written, was incredibly powerful. It confirmed in my heart that God hears us, sees us and is moving, even when we don't see it. It is a moment that means so much to me and will be one that I will carry with me always. This week was a reminder of what it looks like to serve with a joyful heart, to encourage one another, and to live out our faith. I left feeling incredibly blessed, not just for what I saw, but for being able to be a small part of what God is doing in the lives of these students. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Miller Witt, and I had a great week in Mission Week. I was actually blessed to be, my two group leaders were MJ Gilly and Brandon Whitehurst, and if you know anything about those two guys, they're pretty fun to be around. They made it fun for us, but we were put on one of the harder work sites for sure, and this family definitely needed some help. They had a trailer home that had been drug over into their pasture, and there were trees everywhere, a lot of junk everywhere, and whenever the trailer home was drug, it fell apart in some places. And so they had a bunch of cats, and the cats were able to go in and out of the house without using the door, if that kind of tells you, how it was. And so we definitely had challenges, connecting the ramp to the house and building the ramp in those kind of conditions. And it was rough, but we were able to do it, and God was definitely on our side. I heard a lot that week about how this ramp just needs to be an excuse to show God to your clients and to show how the Spirit's working in your life and how you can be an answer to their prayers. And I really think that we were able to do that because we were able to share lunch and share devotionals with our client, and the guy, our male client, he had knee surgery on both knees. He had open heart surgery, and he was having a rough time getting around. He wasn't able to really do anything for himself, and at the end of the week, he really opened up to us and kind of gave his testimony and how he had kind of seen God and how he was trying to find God in all these challenges. And he told us that the first time he used the ramp, he was so excited about it that he just tried to run down it as fast as he could, and he was hoping to get faster and faster every single time he went. So that was great to hear. And so I want to ask you all for prayers for my client and for the other clients that we had. I just think, if you have a list or something, that'd be a great thing to add for our clients in the past and in the future. No one specific, just there's a lot of ramp projects and a lot of projects down there that the Spirit is definitely reaching people through that. And not only the clients were reached, but I think at the church every single night, whenever we had our worship nights, whenever we had our prayer walks, several people had experiences like Aunt Christy did. And I experienced one too, and I know several kids and several adults did. And the Spirit definitely, didn't just reach the clients, but it showed us, like God is real, God is moving, and God is alive for sure. And so I just want to ask that y'all keep all of us in your prayers, and I pray that we can have even more people come next year. And we actually, this year was one of our biggest groups from the church. We started 5 years ago. It was my first one. I think it was the first one that we did with Bel Air in Jacksonville, and we only took one car, and we had 3 kids. And this year we had 9 or 10 cars, I think, all in a line going down there. So we had a great group. And finally, I just want to thank you all, and thank you for your support financially and in prayers. And Danny actually brought to my attention last week that up until this morning, no one has thanked my mom for her amazing cooking. And so I just want to give her a little shout out, and then Christy a little shout out. She's learning some things in there, but well, thank y'all for the opportunity, and hope that y'all can just keep us in our prayers for next year.